Can you talk about the excitement level that you feel coming into this thing?
Yeah, it's extremely exciting. You see all the young guys that are really ready to go, and they're excited about the opportunity and what lies ahead of obviously a training camp and what they're expected of is a big season. So I'm excited to come in here and try out for the club and see what happens.
From an outsider's perspective, what was your opinion of the Oilers when you played against them all those years?
Well, I mean, you always seen that they had high-end talent. They had guys that could create so much out of nothing, and I think it was just about them growing. And I know when I was part of young teams, you always have to be surrounded by guys as well, and I think they're starting to get that with guys like Lucic and bringing guys in like that. So, yeah, you always want to bring in your young guys, but you got to protect them as well at times, and I think that's what they've been doing. And obviously when you get talents like McDavid and these guys that obviously pushes the club forward in the right direction as well. So it's just for myself, it's exciting to be here and try to be a part of that one time.
You feel almost like a rookie who's got to grab the attention of the coach right away because you have a PTO?
Well, I'm not going to go out there and try to do too much or do anything more than I know I can do. I know what kind of player I am. I know how good I am when I'm at the top of my game, and it's just about going out there and showing them that I haven't lost a step, showing teams that I can still play and I can still contribute. I mean, I look at my own stats from last year, and I know what I can do, and I know I can still contribute. So personally, but now it's just about going out there and staying within myself at the same time and trying just to prove that I can still play.
You look at the center depth chart, even though they're not here, but eventually Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, and McDavid. The chance are you probably play with one of them. You've always had success playing with skilled guys and kind of thinking how they think. Is that really what you feel is going to be your calling card to make this team?
I personally think I can play with anybody. That's something that I've had to do throughout my career is play with high-end talent and also guys who check. So I know me and Patrick Kane played well together, and he's a guy that can think the game arguably better than anybody on earth. So I've enjoyed playing with guys of his caliber and different strengths as well. So whoever it may be or whoever they want to try me with, I still feel I can play with anybody and try to contribute at that level.
I'm sure you watched the North America team at the World Cup, and everyone's raving just about the plays they made and the skill and kind of not loosey-goosey style, but very aggressive offensively. Do you think that style of play can be more prevalent in the NHL moving forward? Does the game need to go back to that way, a little bit more carefree and creative?
Well, that creativity definitely will sell tickets and make the atmosphere a fun place to be a part of. I think you can just tell. I mean, you can hear the excitement through the TV. So, I mean, when you have young kids going out there and playing that way, it's going to bring a certain amount of energy to the game every day. But in the end, you got to win, and you need to check in this league if you're going to win. For 82 games, it's going to be hard to run and gun and go out there and do that, I believe, and you're going to have to check and you're going to have to find ways to win besides just doing that. But in this tournament, a team like that, if they can get on a run like they are, and with the pressure being different for other guys who have to face pressures within their countries, that is extremely high. So yeah, for those kids, it's great. It's exciting for us to watch.
Would you like to try to run and gun for a season,
Yeah.
just to see how it goes?
Yeah, I've never been allowed to, so I don't expect to go out there and run and gun now, but that looks like a lot of fun.
Can you see yourself playing any center training camp? Have you played center?
I played center in Chicago. It's definitely not my first position. I've always kind of prided myself on trying to play anywhere the coach needs me, but for myself, I know wing is definitely where I'm strongest, but I can play center, and I have before.
What's it like to play against Lucic?
He's a guy that sets the tone of the game. I don't think people understand that. I said this before about his hockey sense. He's actually a very smart player as well, and he knows when to set the tone of the game. He can do it physically. He could do it with a big goal. He could do it with a fight. He could do it in so many ways, and that player is very rare in this game. And so to get a guy like that here is very, I guess, fortunate for this club, and especially going into free agency. He probably never knew where he was going at the start, and he just knows how to win, and that's one thing. Playing with him and knowing him for a long time, he knows what he likes. He won't take it any other way, and he knows what he wants.
So the first guy that messes with Connor, he right there.
I mean, I'm not gonna go out on the line and say that, but he'll stick up for anybody on the club. It doesn't matter if you're Connor or or anybody on the club from a 5'6" D-man. He'll stick up for anybody, and I think that's what you like about Milan.
Seems like for a team looking for a culture change, that's a good guy to bring in for time.
Yeah.
Get that thing going.
Yeah, like I said, he doesn't really accept anything but winning. He's a guy that has been with a club that had great culture in Boston. He was a part of that core. He was a part of that culture, so he knows what it's like to win. He knows what the feeling is and how to hold guys accountable and what it takes to win every night, because 82 games is a long season, and you got to find ways to produce every night. You got to find ways to check and also not do everything you're used to every night. You got to do other things to bring to the table, and Milan knows that probably more than anybody here.
You know how to win though too, so
Yeah.
you won a couple. So
Yeah.
what was it in Chicago? They would just say we're not losing more than 2 games in a row, or
I think that's the big thing. 2 games in a row is a big thing to do. You can't lose too much ground on teams. You see, if you go on a bit of a losing streak, you're going to lose ground really fast. Teams win consistently. The top teams, they win, and they either stay on a roll, and when they go down, they don't go down too fast. So you got to stay even keel. You got to find ways to win every night and expect things from your teammates and yourself every night.
Thanks, Kris. Thank you.